What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here. So I know a lot of you guys seem to think that all I have to do all day long is sit around listening to rap albums and reviewing them. But as you can see with all of the albums that I seem to miss and that Dead in Hip Hop seems to miss, that's not the case. I'm really busy, so a lot of times these great albums come out and I simply don't have a chance to review them. So, welcome to the catch-up. And this is where I'm going to try to catch up on albums that have come out months prior that really should have been talked about on my channel that I just didn't get a chance to. But let's jump right into this. The first album I'm going to talk about is Polymer by Tonedeff. If you're not familiar with Tonedeff, he's a rapper that I first got into through the Extended Fam album, Happy Fuck You Songs. And I think I just checked that album out because the title was brilliant, but I then heard him on some Linguist tracks, and I checked out his solo material, thought it was really dope. I grabbed the Underscore, and I grabbed the Monotone EP, and I was just blown away by the way this dude raps. Like, if you really like dudes who can spit, there's no way you won't like his material. But Polymer, this is an album that's comprised of 4 EPs, and man, this shit's insane. The way it builds up with the first song, The Things You Don't See Coming, is really cool. It's a completely sung track, which I actually didn't see coming, but the next song is still more of a build-up, which is really cool the way he did it. It's like this telling of a story of this kid who grew up to be a rapper but decided to do things his own way instead of following the herd. It's a really interesting song, but it was the next song, Hunter. This song is absolutely insane. Listening to this, I was immediately taken back to the old days of Eminem, back when he was a beast on the mic and he still had those super witty bars. And that's what Tonedeff is giving you here. You can't offer me bribes because all that you got is already mine, but that's awfully kind, thanks. Now shut your fucking mouth, y'all been fucking around in my fucking house. I'm hearing the same voice coming out 100 mouths, 100,000 if we count the underground. Like, the way this dude rhymes throughout this album is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Like, put Demon on and prepare to have your mind completely fucking blown. Like, if you really want to get fucked up, put that shit on and put the lyrics up next to it and try to read along. A lot of dudes can rhyme fast and a lot of dudes can rhyme well, but very few dudes can do both at the same time. And Tonedeff is one of those rare rappers that can and does consistently. What's great about this is it's not just an album of fast rapping. There's a nice variety here. I already mentioned the opening track, but there are even songs that serve as a complete change for the album, like Cinder or Phantom, which aren't even rap songs at all, but they totally fit in with the scheme of the album. Or there's a song like Filthy, which is totally on some other shit. Or there's a song like Sunshine, where he really shows off the fact that he can sing very well. He reminds me a bit of Angelo Moore from Fishbone, particularly on the more ballady songs, like on an album like Reality of My Surroundings. Sunrise is also one of the most profound songs on the album to me. It's a song about a man just struggling with everyday life, with doubt, with failure, with depression, and it's just laid out beautifully, musically and lyrically. The really crazy thing is how he doesn't just rap his ass off on this project, he actually produces a lot of the songs. The beats on this thing, man, they're fucking dope. A lot of variety, but quite a few of them fall into that more futuristic lane of hip-hop. Like, when I listen to this, I really don't understand how this guy is not huge. But then I think about how it's partly the fault of people like me. You know, I may not have a lot of influence, but if I'm not using the little influence I do have to talk about dudes like Tonedeff, then what good am I? The main thing that comes to mind after listening to this is just how bad I fucked up not reviewing this. This should have actually been covered on Dead in Hip Hop by the whole crew, but we just got so backed up and behind. Then I got backed up with my own channel and in my own life, and things just kept slipping by. But this is easily one of the best rap albums to be released this year, without a question. So y'all need to check this shit out now. The next album I'm going to talk about is Fuck That Pretty Boy Shit by Words Hurt. Words Hurt is a duo made up of producer Lang Vo and rapper Alaska, and prior to this release, I wasn't familiar with Lang Vo, but I was familiar with Alaska. And when he sent me this album, I had to do a double take, and I actually had to ask him if he was the same Alaska that was down with Adam's Family and that was also in Hangar 18 back in the day. If you don't know Adam's Family and you don't know Hangar 18, please do your Googles. But the fact that it is the same dude immediately made me want to listen to this album. And from the first note, I was like, yeah, this is my kind of shit. It's noisy, it's a bit abrasive, but it's still on some b-boy shit. And the moment it got to Chekhov's gun, I was like, yes, this album is fucking legit. The beat is crazy as hell, it's loud, it's knocking, and the way Alaska rocks this beat is just crazy. Like, I can fight Killers laying in wait. Yeah, Killers by Iron Maiden, but that album's not that great. But I like Murder in the Rue Morgue. I work like I'm RuPaul. Sound disgusting, taste delicious, bitches. I'm like rhubarb. Man, come on! And the way it rolls into We're Fucked, which is another one of my favorite jams on this project. It's a song about the fucked up economic and judicial system in America. You know, yeah, has it been done before? Sure. But in my opinion, there's always room for critical songs of America, especially when they're done this fucking well. There's still a dark part of me that wants to see Trump win and watch it all burn as we bask in his smug grin. Ha ha ha! Please pardon my dark humor, but it seems you need con to spell consumer. This shit is fucking fantastic, man. And the hook for I Love People is my fucking mantra, man. I like people, I just don't like being around them. I'm old and I'm curmudgeonly, which is subtly arousing. I like people, although most people are dicks, and I count myself among them, something of a crown prince. And this song is also my introduction to Red Pill, who people have been freaking out about lately. But I loved his verse here, especially the way it ended, where he says, "To all my folks, I propose a toast for them. I don't hate people, just most of them." The best thing about this is I was a big fan of Hangar 18, but I think it's so dope that this sounds nothing like them at all. This is completely different on some other type of hip-hop shit, but the whole thing is just absolutely fantastic. Like, y'all definitely need to check this album out. If you like experimental and well-crafted beats which are layered and have a hard edge to them while still making it very easy to bob your head, you'll love this. And if you like an MC who can effectually rock over that type of production without having a sound or a cadence that's too far out there, then you need to give this a listen immediately because you will not regret it. And the last project I'm going to talk about is The Crush by Willie Evans Jr. If you're not familiar with Willie Evans Jr., he's an MC from Florida that I've been a big fan of for years. I first heard him when he released the Black Mega Remix album, which was remixes of songs by Mr. Liff and Acrobatic. This was years and years ago, but I've always found his music really interesting. At first, he'll remind you a bit of MF Doom because of his vocal tone, which is a good thing if you like Doom like anyone that has decent taste in rap music. But this release is, it came out back in February. I believe he dropped it on Valentine's Day, and he sent it to me back then, and like a dickhead, I just didn't get around to talking about it. But it's an EP using samples from old funk, R&B, and soul songs, and I think this is definitely something that needs to be seen and heard. And I say seen and heard because it's actually an audio-visual album. If you go to his Bandcamp and you click each song, there's a video that plays, and it starts off with Moonshine, which has a video of clips from the Isley Brothers, who he sampled in the track. And the dope thing is the sample is really chopped up, but the way he chopped it up, he chopped the video to match it. So it's seriously dope as hell. He does this throughout all the songs, like the next one, Swift, which includes a video by the Persuaders, which just makes it that much more interesting of a song. But my favorite jam on this whole project has to be Buzzbeater. The way he chopped up that Ain't No Sunshine sample, I gotta send this shit to BZ430 and be like, bruh, you need to get on this type of shit. It's so fucking dope. And I love the way he flows over this shit. Watching Orange is the new black while your crew swag is the new whack. Like, the dude is super witty, super creative, just super dope, has a great flow, great production. The EP is a quick 6 songs and it's definitely worth your time. Like, this dude is seriously a really creative MC that I think a lot of people need to be paying more attention to. So yeah, so that's it for this first one. Hopefully I won't need to do another one of these because hopefully I'll be able to keep on top of albums that come out. But even though I just knocked out 3, I still have at least 2 on deck that I need to talk about. So there'll be at least 1 more of these videos. But hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did or didn't, make sure you leave some comments in the comment section down there. Also, links to all of these albums will be in the description section down there. Alright, so as usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright? Peace, bitches!